1:30 on RTÉ2 HD, and we're back next Sunday night at the usual time of 9:30 on RTÉ2. All of the action and reaction to events in Derry, Thurles, Newry and Ruislip. All right, next we head for the Connacht Championship and the clash of neighbours Roscommon and Leitrim. Roscommon come into the game on the back of a successful league campaign, but let's not forget that Leitrim beat them in the FBD final. Watching this one was Darren Maloney.
There are 3 championship newcomers on this Roscommon team, but the under-21 players are kept in reserve by John Evans. Kieran Cafferty is new in the half-back line, while Ronan Stack and Kieran Murtagh are named in the Roscommon attack. Leitrim make 2 late switches. Michael McWeeny is in for Robbie Lowe in the half-forward line. Conor Byrne replaces Sean McWeeny. Donal Rinn is new to this level at full-back, as is midfielder Damien Moran. This is a fierce local derby between 2 great rivals. It's their first meeting in the championship since 2011. Senan Kilbride out in front of his man inside the 45-metre line. Not a breath of wind on the first point, and that was nicely done. Senan Kilbride. Well, Leitrim, it appears they're having a problem securing their own ball from the kickouts, and that's Kevin Higgins, and that one has gone over. Already it looks ominous for Leitrim. Senan Kilbride, the provider, and Kevin Higgins with the closed fist. Over it goes. 4-1 Roscommon. Cathal Craig's pass had a little too much on it for Cathal Shine. Leitrim quite happy to funnel everybody back inside the 45-metre line, their own 45-metre line. Senan Kilbride, known for his exploits with his left boot, but equally good, equally effective with the right. His 3rd in the match so far, and another excellent point from Roscommon. Patient build-up, nice finish. They're going well, quarter of a way through the contest. Kevin Higgins. Dispossessed though. Donal Rinn of Leitrim was in around, and now it's Emlyn Mulligan. Mulligan letting the ball go in early towards Conor Byrne. Couldn't make it stick, however. 2 Leitrim men in there. 4, 5 Roscommon men were on hand to deal with the danger. Donny Shine launches that long. Kieran Murtagh is out in front. He looks a lively prospect, and he's a very effective player. That's a lovely score. Donny Shine firing the ball in direct, and Kieran Murtagh, it's his championship debut, remember, and that is his 2nd point, and they've both been corkers. He looks a good one. They need a couple of scores yet to register a point from play. Could they get in around the back? A goal would do Leitrim the world of good, and that one is saved by Darren O'Malley down low. But again, there were 3 Roscommon players in close to him. He couldn't hold the ball. Maybe he saw it late because it seemed to take him by surprise. He still dealt with it though. Wayne McKeown of Leitrim, Kevin Conlon. There was a move by James Glancy, the full forward, in close, and the referee has given Leitrim a free. An accidental foul over there. Kevin Higgins just moving away from where the incident took place. There is a change on the Leitrim team. Robbie Lowe comes in wearing 11, and Michael McWeeny has gone off, so that reverses the change that was made before the throw-in. With Michael McWeeny going off, Emlyn Mulligan has hit that with the outside of the right boot. What's it like? Oh, it's fantastic. That's a great score from Emlyn Mulligan. Absolutely super point. Niall Carty. And the referee now has spotted, was that a deliberate body collide? Darren Sweeney knocked Niall Carty to the ground. And Sweeney tapping the referee gently on the shoulder. Is he worried that there's going to be a black card? And it is a black card for Darren Sweeney. That deliberate body collide leading to the black card for Darren Sweeney. Donny Shine. Roscommon patient, waiting for an opening. Kevin Higgins been forced to shoot from distance. Oh, that's a really, really good point from Kevin Higgins. Well, if they're going to funnel players back, Roscommon will have the opportunity, if they fancy it, to shoot from this sort of distance. And if it works like that, well, they'll do it all day. That's Shawnee McDermott, Kieran Cafferty. They all want to be involved. Maybe half-time will come at the wrong time from Roscommon's point of view. Kieran Murtagh buzzing around. They could be in for a goal. Kieran Cafferty, Murtagh, and it's in the back of the net. It's surely game over, and we're not even at half-time. Ronan Stack of Roscommon with the easiest of finishes, and Roscommon are close to being out of sight already. Could be a very long 35 minutes ahead for Leitrim, unless they can make a powerful start to the second half. Now Gary Reynolds, the centre back, and Reynolds with the shot, and that's the first point of the second half. It goes to Leitrim, and more importantly from their point of view, it's their first from play. It's taken almost 38 minutes to arrive, but Roscommon still a long way off in the distance. Barry Pryor has it for Leitrim. They look brighter all over the place, Leitrim. Emlyn Mulligan, best we've seen from them. Good start to the second half. Wayne McKeown has been one of those responsible for it. Mulligan out to Paul Brennan. Here's Wayne McKeown again, hopping off a Roscommon defender, and he's deserved that. Great point from Wayne McKeown. We didn't see him get forward in the first half, but he's doing it now in the second. And for the first time, they've managed 3 points in a row. They've got 4 out of the 5 points since the match restarted. David O'Gara, shoulder to shoulder by Damien Moran. Referee deemed that to be a fair charge, and Roscommon moving again with Kieran Murtagh. Now Donny Shine. Shine gets his shot away and manages to slot it over the bar. Decent score. Kieran Murtagh involved, and Donny Shine, once he got here and away from Barry Pryor, there was only going to be one result. Kevin Conlon of Leitrim. They are not giving up. They will keep going. Emlyn Mulligan. And Mulligan hasn't scored from play up until that moment. Great point from Emlyn Mulligan. That's what he's capable of doing when they get the ball to him in the right positions. That's one of the points of the day. Darren O'Malley. Oh, they've got it again off an O'Malley Roscommon kick out. Emlyn Mulligan, it's shoot on sight now. The eye in, and it's 2 in a row for Emlyn Mulligan. It's an easy game when you do it like that. Win it off the opposition kick out, a glance at the post, and the white flag goes up. Well, they can kill it from here with a 7-point lead. And Leitrim know the game is up, and here they come with Craig Burns, and Burns has put that one over. Finishing strongly, but they have not had it all their own way, particularly in the second half. There is the whistle for the end, and it's Roscommon who will return to the Hyde on the 8th of June. They'll play Mayo in the Connacht semi-final. They have beaten Leitrim by 118 to 13 points here in Roscommon.
I think they got a goal and 2 points there in injury time and at the end of the first half, and I think ultimately it cost us the game. The lads were phenomenal there in the second half. I think they got back within 4 at one stage with about 10 minutes left, but we unfortunately the ball just didn't break for us on the day.
You'd have to say fair play to Leitrim. They didn't lie down, and they came out all guns blazing, and they actually won the second half, which all credit to them. But I suppose you can't be pleased with the second half by us. But still, then again, we kicked 118. So any day in a championship game that you kick 118, you have to be happy.
So Roscommon now play Mayo in the Connacht semi-final. That's on the 8th of June. Well, Colm, John Evans says in the end he had to be happy with the score, but bits of it he wasn't too happy with. What did you make of the game?
Yeah, I think it was always going to be a difficult task for Leitrim to go to Roscommon and win the game. I thought Roscommon came out of the blocks very, very quickly. And I think the scores before half-time, that goal and 2 points really were sucker punches for Leitrim. Yeah. It took away they were battling away in the first half. I wouldn't say that they were making big inroads, but they were battling away. But in fairness to them, they had to come back in the second half. Wayne McKeown and Emlyn Mulligan led that. But I just felt that the combination play between Kieran Murta and Stephen McBride, they had too much. They had too much for Leitrim.
Yeah. Kieran, you were pointing at an interesting setup. How kind of a 50-metre defensive wall, effectively.
Yeah, I suppose it's a tactic that's been adopted by a lot of teams, Des, in terms of particularly just in their front six as a defensive unit. And what it really results in is that they're willing to give Leitrim possession up to the 50-yard line and let them come out, and it's to counteract short kickouts and stuff. They're willing, let them have it, they'll pass the ball around, and Roscommon won't press them until they get to the 50-yard line, and they put a line of bodies across there to try and prevent it. They've done this a few times in the first half today, and it's just an interesting tactic to see, you know, how they set up. And I think you've seen it in a lot of games. Here it is again. They're willing, just let Leitrim have possession, drift back, 5 or 6 men here, and we see that a turnover comes up once they get to the 50-yard line. They cross it. They're going to come in now and tackle and press. You know, and it just leaves Roscommon in a better defensive line. Leitrim didn't score from play in the first half. Obviously, in the second half, we know Leitrim upped it. You know, the goal before half-time was a sucker punch to them. But it was just an interesting aspect of the defensive line from their forward line today.
Equally, Kevin, when Roscommon were attacking, Leitrim pulled a lot of men back, but Roscommon had a good answer to it.
And they would have been expecting that, you know, that has been their modus operandi really this year, has been a defensive lineup from, but good foot passing will beat an awful lot of cover defence. You know, there's 5 Leitrim players around. The no St. Kilbride is an outstanding kit, though. They should be able to put more heat on him than that. But he's a top player, and, you know, his ability to find space is a feature of his excellence, really. Brilliant point. Great run off the shoulder by young Kieran Cafferty. He's on his debut from distance. So, like, if you're able to point from distance, doesn't matter how many blanket defences are in front of you. And that was a feature of Roscommon today. There was a few other scores that I didn't attach on. I wanted to give Kevin Higgins a particular mention. Look at, there's 10 there, 10 Leitrim bodies. There's another 3 when actually Higgins takes the shot. So there's 13 behind it, but it didn't matter. Higgins put in a huge shift for Roscommon today. Massively athletic. Scored a couple of great points, never stopped ploughing for his team, makes plenty of errors too, but never stops trying, and he's a huge addition to them. If they can get him firing fully for the championship, he has the sort of engine that can hurt teams. So all in all, I thought Roscommon were very, very decent in the first half. The least said about the second half, probably the better.
Right. But Kieran, Roscommon didn't rely just on those long-range points. They were also able to play the ball in well.
They played it in well, and as a forward, you want good quality ball in, and they got it into the scoring zone very, very effectively. You know, we picked out 3 scores, particularly from Cathal Craig, St. Kilbride, and Kieran Murta, where they're hitting nearly the same spot all the time, not down the flanks. And it's a simple ball to beat a blanket defence. In it goes, and Cathal Craig, you know, it's just a short pass. He wins it out in front. It's a type of a ball that a natural forward like the man here sitting beside me would love.
Colin,
yeah, I think you can see from the play, it's a great ball in, it's bouncing in front of, I think Kieran Murta wins this, and Cinnamon McBride comes off the shoulder. Very difficult to mark, no matter how good the defending is. Even there, Cinnamon McBride's under a lot of pressure, but if the ball goes in gives the forward a chance, it's very difficult to stop. Again, we can see a long ball coming in here. It's one-on-one inside with the man. Once he gets positioned, very hard for defenders to do anything, turns and kicks a great point. Very difficult to stop.
Simple tactic, hit the D, you know, hit the D, and the forwards are known that the ball is coming in effectively into that area.
The hot zone, as Kevin calls it. All right, then.
I'll never forget it.
We look forward to the Roscommon Mayo game. That'll be some game now. Well, let's check now on the action in the Leinster Hurling Championship, the round-robin section of it. Martin Kyle